What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So we all know by now that son of a legend, British superstar, retired Hall of Fame iconic boxer, Nigel Benn, his son, undefeated welterweight British superstar title contender, Conor Benn, 21 wins, no losses, no draw, 14 wins by way of knockout. He is 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. He's scheduled to take on a family rival, his father's biggest rival, and that's the son of another retired legendary, iconic Hall of Fame superstar British boxer, Chris Eubanks Sr.'s son, and Chris Eubanks Jr., former super middleweight world champion. Chris Eubanks Jr., British superstar, 32 wins, 2 losses, no draw, 23 wins by way of knockout, 5'11" with a 72-inch arm reach at 33 years of age. This upcoming Saturday, October 8th, Chris Eubanks Jr., Conor Benn are supposed to revitalize the old rivalry between their fathers, Nigel Benn and Chris Eubanks Sr. Well, the fight has been canceled up until this far because Conor Benn has tested positive for a banned substance, okay, which acts as a cleanser to what is considered to be a cycle. So it is supposed to be for fertility, right, or lack thereof. It's a performance enhancer because let's be real. It's a performance enhancer. It helps you perform, right? It helps you regardless of what area you're looking to perform in, but it helps you perform as far as being able to reproduce, okay? And so it's typically for a female, okay? But a male can take it to help boost his fertility, okay? To help him increase his chances of testosterone and to be able to reproduce. So this upcoming Saturday, October 8th in the UK, supposed to have this massive rivalry showdown, but it's been canceled. But now, MATCHROOM CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, who promote this fight is scheduled to take place on DAZN. He's unwilling to give up on the fight. Now, the British Board Commission, the BBC, has stated that they're done with it. But according to Eddie Hearn, if they have to bring in a new boxing commission, they will. But Conor Benn hasn't been suspended. Which is pretty ironic because they use UCAD, United Kingdom Anti-Doping Agency. But this was found, UCAD, United Kingdom Anti-Doping Agency, they haven't found any issues, any adverse findings. But VADA has found some. And so VADA has found this, but they don't acknowledge VADA. But now VADA has made UCAD and everybody else aware that this is the case, so everybody's paying attention. So the British Board Commission has decided that they don't want to proceed with the fight. So now Eddie Hearn is saying that if they have to, they will go to the measures of bringing in a whole nother commission that would approve the fight. So the safety of the fighters is no longer important. Now, what Eddie Hearn did state is that he don't want to dismiss or water down, a failed test and the severity of it. But in this instant, Conor Benn has not been punished. He's not been suspended. So why is the fight not being allowed to continue on? And if they have to go to that measure of bringing in another commission to approve it, they would. If they even have to label it an exhibition, he said, they would. He said that, this is a situation that has been done before. When Derek Chisora was suspended or inactive and he fought David Haye, it wasn't approved, and they brought in a whole nother commission to allow the fight to take place. And so Eddie Hearn, and shouts out to Michelle Joy Phelps and Behind the Gloves, she does an interview, and good interview. Go check this interview out with Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn says this. So she's asking Eddie Hearn, so what's going to be ultimately the end results? What's going to be the last decision? To which Eddie Hearn is saying that they'll just bring in another commission. But he don't see a way this fight is not going to happen on Saturday. Right? And rightfully so. Now, let me say this. If you're not going to suspend Conor Benn, and we're not going by VADA, then what difference does it make? If UCOD and this particular boxing commission didn't find any adverse findings, and UCOD hasn't found anything, then why are they going on VADA? VADA had nothing to do with it. I don't understand if they have their own testing and agency in UCOD, why was VADA even involved? Because this is a non-title fight. So it's not automatic like it's the WBC, World Boxing Council, because they have automatic clean testing. So they automatically have to enter. And so whomever they use, whether it be VADA or USADA, whether it be UCOD, you know, you have to be in the testing. But if they're not going to suspend him, then what are we doing here? Now, I personally feel like if you test positive, you test positive, and it should be canceled. Because regardless of your reasoning for doing it, if you didn't bring it to everybody's attention initially, it should be canceled. Because it's a combat sport and everybody's risking it all every time they step in that square circle. You never even know if you're going to step out the same way you stepped in. So I personally don't believe that, you know, the fight should continue. But if you're not going to suspend Conor Benn, then why are you stopping him from feeding his family and Chris Eubanks from feeding his family, if that's the case? That because you know, now you suspending, now you telling him he can't fight, but you're not really giving him a rhyme or reason for it, which doesn't make sense. Just go ahead and suspend him. Say, listen, you know what? Regardless of how it got in your system, is there, and that's it. And then he goes on to say they was aware of this. Everybody was aware that this was going on, but nobody cared, essentially, until now, because of the levels wasn't that high. It shouldn't be off to begin with, period. Point blank and period. But listen to what he had to say. Let's listen to what Eddie Hearn had to say.
The board are choosing not to sanction a fight.
The board has the final say?
Not necessarily. Okay. Courts can have the final say. Other commissions can come in and handle a fight. It's not something we want to do, Michelle, in all honesty. Like, I don't want to just... But we will do that if we don't get answers. And it's not just a case of, you know, the board ultimately only... We had a very similar situation with Billy Joe Saunders.
So he said, we don't want to bring in a new commission, but we will if we have to. But we don't want to go to that extent. This is truly, truly a mess because there's no true answers. Okay? And it's ironic because all the, you have Garrett Davis. He's saying he would pull Chris Eubanks out the fight. You have Spencer Fearon. He would pull Chris Eubanks out the fight. Everybody feels like Chris Eubanks should be pulled out the fight because everybody apparently feels like there's something janky going on behind the scenes. And now Eddie Hearn is saying that they'll just bring in a new boxing commission. You had, what's ironic to me is Chris Eubanks Sr. just 2 days ago was saying his concerns, expressing his concerns with his son going through with this fight, seeing as though it's at a catchweight of 157. He was a world champion at 68. He dropped down to 160 and is a title challenger there. He's 33 years of age, and he says that he's going to deplete himself, which removes the fluid from his brain to get down that extra 3 pounds, which can make it very, very risky for him in his fight. And he was asking before this news even broke that the fight be boycotted. Now, maybe he knew something about this situation and he's raising concerns about it. But it's truly ironic that he would just come out and say that, and then we get to this point today. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But Eddie Hearn is saying they're willing to bring in a whole new boxing commission to secure this fight for Saturday. This is going to be very interesting to see how this unfolds. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.